Just take us through the past year. You've spent the last 12 months essentially trying to prove that it's okay to be on your own. You've been documenting this on TikTok. Can you take us through some of the things you've been doing and what it's been like for you?
Yeah, so it's been an interesting journey. So the last year, I thought, you know what? I've been kind of a people pleaser a lot of my life, so where I used to do a lot of things for others, but always used to forget about my needs. So decided to document from day one of just doing things for myself. So it started with making a TikTok video, basically me just walking down the street, getting a coffee, going for a walk, and then over time. I built and built myself to doing more things from going to the movies, went to the theatre on my own, even went to fine dining on my own. And can I say it is such an empowering experience. I learned so much about myself. I learned how much resilience and strength and courage I had that I didn't know it was there. And yeah, it's incredible, I must say.
These are the sorts of things that most people would do in groups, with friends, with their partners. So how did it feel initially for you to step out and head to the movies or a restaurant on your own? And how do you feel about it now?
Look, I admit right at the start, it's a little bit daunting. It's scary because, if you look at a restaurant or look at a cafe or, the theatre, it's usually people with other people. Um, but let me say, it's an empowering experience. And let me just kind of just dwell on one thing. Being alone and lonely are two different things. I'm not lonely doing things on my own. I love it. And you know what? Over this time, I've learned to actually love myself because I've been able to identify what truly makes me happy. And that's by doing things I like to do and being kind to myself. Like if I asked a question out there, and for you as a host, when was the last time you did something for you? A lot of people will say, "Oh, I really need to think about it." So I think in life, a lot of us need to be way more kinder to ourselves as well.
Absolutely. And you've gained quite the following on social media. You've built a bit of a community in your comments section there. What's the response been like online?
Yeah, it happened quite accidentally because I created my TikTok account during COVID and very overwhelming. Like even being recognized on the street, I'm like, really, me? I'm just like, David, just going about my day. It's been very amazing. I'm very grateful, really, to be honest, that I can kind of touch a lot of people in many different ways. Um, on reflection, I'm glad that I can make people smile and make them feel less isolated and alone. Hence, I guess we'll talk about the Christmas event soon, but yeah, it's been great. And you know what? I always come back to being kind and gracious and grateful in these moments. And that's how I am like in real life as well.
Yeah, so take us through your plans for Christmas. What is this, I guess, Christmas Zoom that's happening?
So basically, I made a video on TikTok and I spoke about, does anyone else feel maybe a little bit lonely or triggered or isolated during Christmas? And this particular video went viral and someone commented, why don't you maybe create a virtual event? So that's exactly what I did. So on TikTok itself, not Zoom, if you go to my profile, I've created 4 different sessions throughout the day where you can literally come on a live stream with me where I'll host. And if you maybe perhaps are feeling alone or isolated, let's make Christmas that little less lonely and isolated for you. And let's have some fun and spread some Christmas cheer. It went crazy. I've got like hundreds of registrations already. And from all people around the world, not just Australia, I've got people from South Africa, from the UK, New Zealand who are willing to join. So it's not just isolated to Australia, this lonely or alone kind of pandemic that we're in.
That's an absolutely massive response to get people from all over the world. How does your own family feel about you doing this on Christmas Day and not spending the day with them?
Well, I come from an Italian family, so I don't think my mum really knows yet, or she really understands exactly to the length that I'm doing what I'm doing. But if you're listening now, well, Mum, I'm hosting an event and you're welcome to join. But no, they're fine. They're supportive. They've always known me to be a kind-hearted person, and I think what I'm doing is an absolutely beautiful thing to do. And because generally Christmas is very triggering for a lot of people, and generally makes me sad, especially people who go without a present or a nice meal. So if I can give something a little back for the day, then I'll feel good about myself.